That's Moby Dick from Led Zeppelin. These aren't supposed to be here. So let me tell you a story. These, where's the extra? These are Cabasse. Cabasse. She still has a plastic on it. These are the alternate covers for these. And I talked about one particular set of Cabasse loudspeakers that I saw at Axpona in 2023. Then in Munich in 2023, where I showed everyone the Rialtos, and they were like, and then they all bought them. In fact, several of my patrons have them already. And I'm like, finally, we get back around to Capital Audio Fest, and then now Axpona again. And I'm like, let's get this going. Let's actually get the Rialtos here. So I asked them to send the Rialtos and walked through Upscale Audio. Like, all right, we'll send them. Whoops, Minorca MC40 showed up. So these weren't supposed to show up. In fact, Cabasse was like, no, you don't have to do a review. You already have someone doing a review. I'm like, but they're here. They're like, well, we'll get you a shipping label to get them back to us and make sure you get the right one. So now the Rialtos are upstairs, and the Minorca MC40s are here, and you bet your dick hole that if there's a speaker this good in my house, I'm going to fucking yell about it with a camera on my head. So these, I didn't know the price of them until maybe 20 minutes ago when I actually looked them up, because they were an unknown entity. In fact, if you go to Cabasse website, because it's very French and very weird. In fact, do I have it open? Let me just show you what the Cabasse lineup looks like so that you could, don't look at the price. That's spoilers. Where's the Cabasse website? Not Upscale Audio. I want the actual, there you go. Okay, so we'll go to the site. It's very French. Hit F11 on my browser, so it's full screen, so it looks cooler. Basically, what is a computer except for a browser? Like, you're going to go to Netflix in your browser, you're going to go to Amazon in your browser. It's just full screen your browser. Stop being a bitch. Anyway, if we go to the home page, the actual home page, you see the lineup. So, Cabasse is fucking weird. Like, it's all spheres and monoliths, and then those things, that is the Rialtos. Those are the ones I'm super fucking jazzed about. And I've never got to hear these. This one, I forgot the model number of it. That one's got like an 18-inch woofer in the middle of the sphere. And there's like open baffle in the back. And then it's also got a coaxial in the front, which, by the way, these coaxial, very fucking strange mid-range with around this coaxial and then that driver. And they actually, I think they look better with the covers on, because the other covers cover too much, but that just lets you see. You see it? It's like, oh shit. It's like ladies' stockings. I know how the French think. That's a sexy pair of stockings, and you could tell what's underneath it. Anyway, this is the Cabasse lineup. It's fucking odd. Little Spaceball. It's like Spaceballs, the movie. Spaceballs, the audio system. So when these showed up, I saw a Cabasse box. I'm like, ooh, I actually started the unboxing on the unboxing channel. Check out the unboxing channel. Don't forget to support this channel on Patreon. Subscribe stuff, please. I need your help. So I unboxed them. I'm like, what? Do they even make a speaker that is normal? Notice it wasn't on that. Also notice that wallpaper in the wallpaper horde, which you should be able to access every wallpaper I've ever used, about 2.5 gigs worth. But that didn't make any sense. I unboxed it, and it's like, okay, it's a passive speaker. Just says Cabasse France on the back. It's got this Lexan cover. It's got a little tiny port, only a 2-finger. And it's not like the nicest material. Like, I wasn't sure about the price for several reasons. Number one, it's just a box. But it sounds like a $2,200 speaker. But it's also just like kind of vinyl. It's just a vinyl, covering on it. It's not real wood. It's not pulling out the boot cart stuff where you have to unpack the other boot carts, which are actually just made out of wood. So I'm like, I couldn't tell you if these are going to be $3,000 or, $1,000. Turns out they're just under $1,000. So you're going to have to talk to a dealer. I'm going to recommend Upscale Audio since they're the ones who sent this through Cabasse to me. So I'll link them in the description, because I don't think you could just buy these. It's one of those weird situations where, it's weird for us. We're just people. If you have your dealer that you buy all your audio equipment from your dealer, you're a different type of audiophile, and I don't necessarily want to climb into that bed, because I find that makes you so limited, because then you have one dealer for one thing and you got to talk to that guy and you have to call him, and I just want to go on a website and click buy now and it shows up my house. I don't need a concierge to deliver me bullshit, which is what I feel like most dealers are doing. Upscale at least does show up to things like Can Jam. They show up, here's all our stuff, we offer this. So they're not really like the dirty dealers done dirt cheap. They're sort of like the nice guys. All right, I could deal with it. Anyway, these showed up by mistake. And I put them on because, of course, I fucking did. And they might be the most French sounding, even over the triangles, which I have to get that review of the triangle Antal 40th. I feel like French speakers have a sound. And that sound is what you're seeing in that wallpaper. You are laid out in a bunny girl maid outfit with a glass of wine, and I'm pretty sure it's not AI, although the glass looks really fucking weird, but it could just be the upscaling algorithm. I don't know anymore. I just found it on the internet. But I want a set of French speakers that I could sit down with my legs up like this on the side. My beautiful legs. And I could just reach for my beautiful keyboard. And I need a baguette and a nice red Pinot Noir. I hope those are red. Fuck, I'll get yelled at. And then listen to, wait. No. There you go. Just some epic, like, classical music. And have not a care in the world. I feel like Triangle does that very well. You put in a good set of Triangle speakers and it's like, you know what? That hand motion. I don't want to care about any of these things. I just want to listen to my music. But with a thick French accent. What is this? This is... I gotta get out of my French position. Hold on, I'm sorry, I gotta read. This is Majesty Mussorgsky. Wow. We'll just get real close. Moussorgsky. Modest Mussorgsky. Oh, it's from a Supreme Stereo Sounds collection. But it's like... Alright, so these speakers. They are rich. Not like expensive rich. I mean, they're under $1,000. Upscale Audio has them for $906 in stock. And there's an add to cart. Because, thank God. But... The Night is Dark, Game of Thrones. I can't play too much of this because copyrights. But that's sort of like natural woodwinds, string instruments, pianos, opera. The shit that's like, you are a fancy audiophile. It's like the whole box is resonating with the sound of an oboe. And it's like, I didn't know that was the thing I wanted. So now we're looking at a coaxial, which are usually, like, if you don't know the benefits of having a coaxial, my virtual coaxials are gone. Do I have any other coaxial? Mother of God, do I not have any coaxials in this space? Throw the keyboard. Well, that's a coaxial. Let's just talk about this. When you have a coaxial, that is, you have, this is a three-way speaker. There's your bass unit right there. That's your big boom booms, and anything really low baritone comes out of there. And that's usually using the entire box and tuned with the port. And in a lot of speakers, then it's just a two-way. It just has that and a tweeter. This has that, a tweeter, and a dedicated mid-range, which is where vocals and forward sounds and the not low-lows and the not high-highs are all mid-range. So that's the most important of all frequencies is the mid-range, so having a dedicated one is great. Having a coaxial means that instead of having 3 points of exit, where it's the treble, the mid-range, and the bass, where all three of these come out at the same time, but then there's 3 different wavelengths, and they're all sort of trying to combine together so you don't puke. Instead of doing that, can I put this back on real quick? Hold on. I need to hook these up again. I haven't listened to my babies in a while. You only have, in this case, 2 points. Kef, a lot of the times, will just have just the 2 points. So you have one solid forward-firing thing, and that's it. Much more cohesion to the sound. So by having that, do the bass bin low stuff, which is usually less positional. Like, you'll kind of tell it's coming from over there, but not like, boom, laser point at where the tweeter is. So by combining that bit into one cluster, you get a much cleaner, more direct, more poignant sound, and the bass just fills in. I'll take the covers off. God damn it. I don't want to. I really like the way they look with the black covers on them. I feel like they look more expensive. Like these, where you could just see through it. Only these had black drivers and sort of a copper, so you weren't getting the full effect of that, like, white and black. Oh, God, that's strong magnets. Holy fark. Take your hand off. Yeah, if you want to see them with one of these. Also, we are using very, very nice non-matching stands. These are Kanto stands that are about $450. Like, they're crazy expensive. But they have little access points so you could adjust the height of the spikes through the top, which for everything, it just fucking needs to be in everything. All right, so back to the sound of these speakers. The build is good enough. It's a box. It feels like a box. It looks like a box. It's got a little bit of sexiness going on when you give it the cover. These are all about the sound. These are one of the smoothest representations of sound I've ever heard come out of a speaker. And they claim, and I think this is a fucking typo, because it was on the Upscale Audio site, they claim they're like 85 dB sensitivity or 89, which is not great. And they say the nominal power handling is like 70 watts, max 550. What? Also, I have my air conditioner on because it's 80 degrees out, but I could shut that off because the mini split's down here and I don't really need air conditioning. I am running it off of the Stark Crimson Ultra, which just happens to be a 500 watt per channel amplifier. And I'm running it off the Topping DX9, so if I were to take the Topping DX9 and run that to 0 dB, and then set the gain to medium, I think, we could actually test if these are going to explode. Hold on. Constantine. I'm trying not to play too much to get, like, copyright strikes or anything, but there's, like, a bass hit occasionally, and I didn't do a lot of playing around with this because these have to go back at some point. I've had them down there for maybe 4 days because I'm waiting for that shipping label to return, and then I'm like, all right, here they go. Too bad I already did a sound demo and the review. I guess you're going to get some free publicity. Ha ha. So I haven't, like, usually I'll set up, like, speakers this close, then I'll set them up real close to the wall, then I'll move them further out, then move them further in, and then I'll do a dance. I just sort of plop these down wherever, and no matter where I plop them, they sound fucking great. And one other thing you're going to notice, this is kind of a little baby bit of a precursor to what the Rialtos are doing upstairs, which wait till you see those, where the driver, the mid-range driver here, is basically flush, if not, no, it's flush. I was going to say it comes out a little bit. It doesn't. Rialto's driver is literally backwards and sticking out and has a coaxial on the design with the tweeter on the inside. It's fucking wild. So this gives a very wide, broad spread of sound. So I think that's why it's fine everywhere. I put it there, it's fine. I put it there, it's fine. I put it there, it's fine. I just set them up where the stands were. Mark the marks on the floor. Is it even? Angle right, put it in mono, make sure I'm not hearing the sound bias. Okay, move it. Take it out of mono, and then all of a sudden you're just like... Oh, I just sat on the fucking keyboard. Wow, that's a strong keyboard, Lenovo. You win. Ah! What is this? What is this? Charlie Hunter, More Than This, featuring Norah Jones. Oh, I want to hear the song. I can tell you just from the little, like, if I repeat the same 5 seconds, does that give me a copyright strike? Like, I repeated 5 seconds of a song for 3.5 minutes? Or do I have to play the whole song? That shaker, that, like, is just right there. Not in the middle. Right by her wine bottle. It's just right there. If I wasn't trying to save up money to buy those Mons, I would probably be like, hey, you know, these are here, and, you know, maybe you can give me, like, a discount on them, and I could just keep them, but I don't need more fucking speakers! There was no money coming. This is... I guess I'm giving you more than a proper review. I'm giving the, like... Usually I'm I have, like, a relationship built up with a product before I start filming, which is why things are so fucking late. I want to just use it. I want to ignore the fact that it's a new, exciting thing, and I want to just fucking put it to the grinder, and by the time I'm just sick and tired of it, I'll film a review. And this is still sort of in the honeymoon phase of like, ooh, I've got illegal speakers. Speakers I'm not supposed to have. Speakers that aren't even on their site. They are. You have to dig for them. It's like they're not proud of these speakers. Cabasse needs to, or Cabasse. I'm trying to put some French in my brain. I have to have someone from France, from the company, pronounce it, and then I can emulate that the best as possible. I'm just going to call them Cabasse. Or Cabasse. Je sais quoi. It's just, they're just so smooth and nice and inviting. Inviting is the word. They're not, at that, I was fully ready to endorse these at $2,000. $2,000 to $2,500. Any more than that, I was going to complain the build isn't nice enough, the looks aren't nice enough. Still great sound, but you could do lots of other things for $2,000. $900? Two sets of Klipsch RP600M Mark IIs are these. For music, for dedicated music, I haven't even tried them with movies, honestly. If they're still around today, which they probably will be, I might just end up watching something. I don't even have the sub turned on. I don't need to. It all just sort of flows. They have a good flow. I may have to crack a bottle of wine. If they're still here, I'm getting Mandy from the airport tonight. They're still here tomorrow. Crack a bottle of wine. Cuddle on this couch, as best you can cuddle, and then just, listen to The Social Network. Wait, where's Hall of the Mountain Kings? I have to escape because I sat in the keyboard. Hold on, I got this. It's under I. Boom. Skipping to the end. Oh, I went to the... That song, if you've never heard the In the Hall of the Mountain Kings from the Social Network OST, which was an excellent movie, even though it was about Facebook, it was still fucking, what's his name there? One of the better directors of our time. I can never remember his goddamn name. He did fucking Fight Club, and he did Mind Hunters, and him. It's just such a big clusterfuck of noise, that song. And I like listening to it. On these speakers in particular. It's like, oh, it's not just this muddled mess that sometimes it comes out as. It just sounds like a quality piece of mess. Everything just sounds better. Orbital, Halcyon on and on. What a song this would be to play through. Like they got... These are Daft Punk speakers. You know what? Where's fuck Daft Punk? Give me a keyboard that I sat on. I'll sell this in the yard sale if you guys want to buy my aspirin keyboard. With custom felt tape on the back so it doesn't slide off. Where the hell is there? Look at that. Zeos, link. I think this is 2-inch felt tape and I put 2 pieces of it. It's like for surround sticks. Like, oh. Can your keyboard do that? Fucking no. Also, I added this, which is glow-in-the-dark tape, so when the lights go out, I can still find my keyboard. So I don't want to break it. Wait, what was I just going to play? Shit, I lost my train of thought. Selling you a keyboard. Well, actually selling you accessories for a keyboard. Halcyon on and on was playing. I said the French. Oh, Daft Punk. Daft Punk. All right, what's Instant Crush? I think that perfectly represents these speakers. I got them. I wasn't supposed to have them. They said, we're going to send you the label immediately. It's been like 3 or 4 days. So I spent my time with them. I did an emergency I'm assuming they're used since they came with both sets of grills. And they weren't in like a brand new box. I'm assuming these are like the demo pair. They send out to different dealerships to show them off. And I kind of love them. A lot. Like you hear that big like hit of the bass. Because that driver, that 6.5, isn't responsible for dealing with, all the vocals. That responsibility is pushed off to the coaxial. So that can be more concentrated on delivering natural low end. Whereas, on any other 2-channel, these are abnormal. So many abnormal fucking 2 channels in this goddamn space. I guess nothing I have is normal. But if you had this Bucart here, it's the P300, that has to do the low end. And also when the vocals come in, that's going to do a big majority of the vocals while blending in with a tweeter. So you can't have this been going wild on low end because then it won't do well on the vocals. So you got to point it one way or the other. It's a bad example because Bucard's great at doing that fucking wonderfully. And actually, these are a couple $100 more than these. I might these over those. But this is the reason, because now this is dedicated to hit you in the chest, and all those sweet creamy vocals, which we could skip ahead. Where does it get creamy? I need to know where it gets creamy. Yeah, now this sounds like a high quality audiophile speaker. In fact, they should just set these up. They've been pushing the Rialtos to the end of time. I had someone mention that they heard one of those spheroid speakers, and it was the best thing they've ever fucking heard. They never show those off. These deserve a room. I don't care if they're an older model and just a box and only $1,000. They're fucking great. Push these. Come up with a tower version of these for... Shit, if these are $900 for the pair, you can come up with $900 a piece for a tower where you keep that entire section and then just add like 2 more 6.5s for like real low end. And you fucking go to the bank and you cash in your francs. They don't use francs anymore. I think they all fucking switch to euros. Frexit. Mandalorian, not the greatest story since season 2, but man, actually iconic music in a Star Wars thing is kind of wild. I could actually look at it at this distance. I could look at it and I could see whatever the fucking flute instrument is making the whoo. It's not coming from here. It's all here. Anyway, these. The Minorca MC40, which kind of sounds like an old Japanese camera. Oh, yeah, what do you got? I got a Minorca? Not a Minolta? No, a Minorca. MC40? Yeah. What's shutter speed? What's your f-stop? No, they're speakers. Oh. This is the armor from... Oh, now we're getting real hard.
Hamlet's endurance has reached the breaking point.
If I get a fucking copyright strike for spoken word William Shatner, I swear to God I will burn all the servers down. All the lawyers at the bottom of the sea. Won't even be the start of my rage. Anyway, this is Spaced Out. The album's Spaced Out, and it's Hamlet by William Shatner.
His father has been murdered.
Leonard Nimoy is also on here doing, I don't know if I should be explaining this to you. There's Spock Thoughts. There's a track called Spock Thoughts. But I think if I had a hammer... No, wait.
Between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land.
I have that in FLAC. Don't ask me why, all right? Wait, I'm going to let this play, but I'm going to yell really loud over it so it doesn't hear the music. Oh my fucking science. John Wick, No More Guns. That's the song that has the hammer. These just hit. They do this smooth, luxurious, wine-tasting, giant-tittied anime girl sort of sound. And then every once in a while, they're just like, by the way, boom! It's like the strongest, biggest Frenchman ever comes and just shits in your chest. But you share a beautiful glass of wine and some cheese after the fact, so it's fine. You know, I think... Oh, I'm still 10 decibels down on that. I think I love these. I'm going to send them back. I'm not going to say another word. And then I'm going to drop an email like a couple weeks. And I'll be like, hey, those used set of Minorca MC40s, do you need them? I don't even know what the colors are because this is not on the site. If we go back to this, yeah, they're black on there with no options to choose from or other previews of colors. Also, that's a 6.7 inch duo cell thing, and they claim to go down to 65 hertz, which is fine. Again, now if you added a sub on top of that to get even lower, if I plugged in the big fucking HSU, that's a home theater in a box, except there's no amp, source switching, or sub, or wires, so it's really not in a box at all. In fact, it's just a home theater on the internet, and you have to just fill it out yourself. Anyway, I'm done. Finish with Beethoven's Rondo Allegro, which will skip to the part that looks like it's going to get exciting. Patreon subscribe to support this channel. How do they do that? Like, and then they do like, ah. They're a great fucking speaker. And they're passive. I'm getting into this now that I've got my like source sorted, which I've been a Stark Crimson slut for like a while now with the Orchard Monos, which now I got to get the new Orchard Monos, which have this power supplies built in. But now that I've got like that sorted, like I don't have to worry about amplifications anymore. It's just maybe I could change some DACs, but fucking DX9 is perfect. Once I have that, maybe I don't need self-powered speakers as much as I thought, because I trust all of this. Now we can go back to passives. Fuck, I had the Mica MB42 G2s on this, and I was like, ugh. So I think everyone just needs to upgrade to like a $3,000-$4,000 source stack, and then you can just have anything you want. You're gonna love it. Anyway, Patreon subscribes to support this channel. See reviews early. Participate in yard sales, and hear lossless sound demos, including the ones with these Cabasse MC40s, which you did such a great... You actually recorded better than the Platimons. Like, some speakers just lend themselves better to being recorded. The Platimons did not like being recorded, and these loved it. They were like, yes, point that microphone at me. Let me show this German mic what I mean. What it means to be a French person. Or a French speaker, I should say. I don't want to sex or gender assign any of these. All right, Patreon subscribe star. $5 a month. See reviews early. Participate in yard sales where I sell things, but not these because these are going back. Hear lossless sound demos, which are all the ones that have gone missing. If you're not seeing them on YouTube because they're gone, because I nuked them because of a copyright strike from a Beats fucking solo sound demo from 2016. So anyway, I blame Sony Music Japan for that. Also, you'll have a post on the $5 tier where you get to ask a question or pose a question, and I will answer it in a private video or a private live stream that may come out publicly later. But you can do that. And then for $10 a month, you get into the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat where you can ask me questions directly all the time, every day, just for shits and giggles and fun. And once you're in that, in the $10 chat, you get into a private behind-the-scenes Telegram swap meet where you can buy, sell, and trade gear. So if you wanted to, let's say, sell, air conditioner coming on again, sell stuff that you don't need, anime waifus, so stuff you don't need. So speakers, you could do that, and then also go in there, I'd say you want to buy this, and there's over 400 people in there now, and they'll only grow up unless everyone gets old and dies, in which case there'll be less people, but it's a great little private swap meet to buy, sell, and trade gear from people all over the world. I'm done, you're done. That wallpaper in the wallpaper horde. Assess it for me. Tell me if you think it's AI, because that glass is freaking me out. I don't know what we're supposed to be reflecting in it. Maybe they have like an idea for the room and they're just using that. Artist intentions are odd. But I'm done, you're done, Beethoven's done. And I'll see you in the next one.